Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. You see the title. It's my guy, Trump. He's calling for help. Oh, my God. From U.S. allies regarding the Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz. Okay. What is the Strait of Hormuz? Well, we're going to talk about it this evening. I welcome all conspiracy theories. Let me say that early. I myself might jump out of the window. Let me also say early, salute to everyone in the armed forces of this country. I thank you for your service. Thank you for doing what you do so that lowlifes like me can live the lives that we live. You know? I do not want to see American soldiers, whether they be male, female, or transgender, fighting on behalf of Israel. I'm saying it right now. I've been a big Israel supporter. I do business with a lot of Ashkenazis, Jews. A lot of you are scared to say Jews. You say small hats. But I do not want to see American soldiers fighting for, people who want to desecrate and demolish everybody else. That's where I'm going tonight. I'm going to take you back with regards to history and one of the greatest foreign policy experts. Well, two, actually. I'm going to play a video from one, Richard Nixon and Henry Kissinger. What they laid out and the blueprint that they set for us here today is being made a fool of. And I voted for Trump. And there's no reason for him to be doing what he's doing. I'm saying that. Now, in case you don't know, this is the objective perspective. So I can flip like a flapjack on Sunday morning. That's where I'm at right now. I don't want to see American soldiers on the ground fighting. Now, I'm not going to put any respect on Iran's name, but holy smokes. We've been doing our research here. Thank you to those of you who have been helping me because I've never been in the armed forces. I did sign up for selective service like many of you did once upon a time. We've got a problem. And the problem is these very cheap drones that Iran is using, and they've got thousands. These drones cost 20 bands, 20,000 max. I would love to talk to anybody from the armed forces if you can educate me and others. What is the cheapest drone that we produce? Isn't it like 12 million? I could be wrong, but I think it's 12 million. So we've got, people who want to become martyrs. We've had the discussion before about martyrdom. Not that they're any tougher, but they're in a rush to get to Allah. Therefore, they don't mind, strapping on C4 explosives and other things to prove a point. I have a theory that I want to lay out here this evening. We briefly touched on what the FBI was suggesting or saying with regards to possible drones in California. Iran sending drones from California. Well, I've had time to think about this. I think that's very much a reality. Again, this is just a theory. Let me tell you why. It makes more sense to me to send drones, or there might already be sleeper cells in California, and they can activate these drones from the ground. You can build them in your goddamn backyard. There's different sizes. The reaction time from our first responders is slower in California. Good evening in the live chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's slower. If I were a sand nigger from Iran, I would, activate drones in California because California is the creme de la creme for us, yes? The upper class, the elite. Homes in Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Malibu, and other places, Burbank. The response time is slower. If you were to utilize those drones to take out a few freeways, you would have gridlock. If you would then use those drones to target water reserves, you'd have a real problem. The fire department could not get to where they need to get to. With all due respect, our first responders in New York or any inner city area, they can get to a place faster. Our first responders got to the Twin Towers, the World Trade Center, so fast that many of them died inside when the building was collapsing. But in California, again, you can target the water reserves. You can use some of those drones to start forest fires, and then we'd have a total clusterfuck. That makes sense to me. Yes, no? Good evening. Anybody want to chime in early before I get to playing some of these videos? Trump! Is he down on his knees? Sheesh. They've got such a water issue throughout California. I don't know about now, but if you wash your car, well, back in the days, on certain days, you get a ticket. If you run the sprinkler, you get a ticket or a fine. So that makes more sense to me. And we've got these 24-hour drones. And I've got all my notes here. Just bear with me. I'm going to talk about some of the drones that we produce and where Iran is getting their drones from. China mass producing these drones. Trump has already been talking tough about they won the war. I don't think so. I think we came out kicking some ass with regards to the battle, but the sand niggas are ready for the long haul. Any sand niggas in the live chat? I'm sure you are. I appreciate your donations. Are the sand niggas built to last? How many hundreds, if not thousands of years have people in Iran dealt with invasions and other people coming in there? And somehow, well, not somehow, I'm not fully versed on Iran's history, but somehow they always overcome the invaders, pardon me. We've got a problem. Also this evening, I want to talk about the film Sinners. Congratulations. I did not watch the Oscars. I don't give a fuck about the Academy Awards, but salute to Ryan Coogler. He didn't win Best Director, but he did original screenplay. He won that. Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor. Salute to him. I didn't watch. I'm too old. I don't give a shit about the Academy Awards. It lost its luster for me decades ago. If you want to call in, please do. I'm going to talk about that. And let me also say, with regards to some of the things I want to discuss here this evening, since I'm being so objective here tonight, does Israel need to be stopped? Do they need to be stopped? Are they out of control? Where the fuck do you get off invading other places now? I mean, all this has been going on, you know this already, for the last 72 hours. That iron curtain of theirs has been penetrated. Iran has some type of, is it called a dancing missile? What does Iran have now? Or what did they build 15 years ago? Is it called the dancing missile? They're getting in. Wait a minute. Since I'm going for the jugular this evening, how about we just put this on the screen here? Is Benjamin Netanyahu still alive? Reports are saying he's out of here. Guys, thank you for your donations. I'm gonna try and get them on the screen shortly, but I want to amp up the set. Troll babies, is Netanyahu out of here? Did you see the video with him supposedly talking and the six fingers? 6 fingers. Salute to the trolls. They said, whoa. Huh? Was he sold out, or was he lined up? All right. And salute to Michelle. Michelle sent me a nice donation earlier. She said, "Fuck you." Thank you, Dawn. You see, when you send a donation over $50 and you say "fuck you," I will accept that "fuck you." She said, "Fuck you" with regards to a show we did a couple of days ago. Guys, has somebody called in talking crazy about black women? And I don't remember. When I go at white women, you guys don't really, you don't take part. But she said, "Fuck you." She said, "Fuck the troll babies." But she's going to keep on watching. You know, thank you, darling. You are appreciated. All right, sit tight in the queue. I want to get down to business here. Trump, my guy. Is he copping, please? Is this his nigga wake-up call? Shit. All right, here we go. First video. Let's get it.
The president is very dismayed with American allies. He's putting a lot of pressure on them. He wants help from them when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran essentially has at a standstill to oil traffic going through there, oil traffic that doesn't really pertain to the U.S., but it does because that's how oil is priced. It's a global pricing system, obviously, and it's affecting the U.S. But he's frustrated with American allies.
Numerous countries have told me they're on the way. Some are very enthusiastic about it, and some aren't. Some are countries that we've helped for many, many years. We've protected them from horrible outside sources, and they weren't that enthusiastic. I just want the fake news media and everybody else to remember that that was said, because I've been a big critic of all of the protecting of countries, because I know that we'll protect them. And if we ever needed help, they won't be there for us.
All right. Our reporters are at the White House, Tel Aviv, and New York. They've been listening to the president's remarks. They're covering all different angles of this. I want to bring in CNN's Elena Treen first at the White House. Elena, what stood out to you based on what we heard there?
Yeah, I think really touching on exactly what you just played from the president was really the most notable to me, this idea of his disappointment. And he used that word specifically, Omar and Brianna, to describe the countries, and particularly the NATO allies, that he says are not coming to the United States aid here and trying to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. I thought, what we heard of him actually yesterday is very much the same kind of threat we're hearing today. It's almost this ominous warning to countries who do not get involved here to send warships to escort these tankers, which is very dangerous, I should point out. We've heard that now from many top military, commanders and whatnot, but this dangerous, helping in this dangerous mission of trying to send these warships to escort these tankers through that very critical Strait of Hormuz. At one point he said, I think we're gonna have some very good help, and I think we're gonna be disappointed with some countries, again, getting back to that point. But one thing that very much was clear, and it was a bit clear from that clip you played, is that he continued to talk about this idea of how he's always thought of the NATO alliance almost as being more beneficial for other members than it is for the United States. At one point, he said, I've said for years that why aren't we being reimbursed for what the United States is doing in the Strait of Hormuz? He's kept saying, I've been saying that for years. He brought up this point that he believes that when these countries need help from the U.S. is willing to help them, not necessarily the other way around. One thing I do want to be clear on, though, and just some context to all of this, is what has been so interesting about the president calling on these countries to send these warships to help reopen the strait is that this is the first time, really, that we've heard the president be so eager to involve other countries in this war. I'd remind you that when the U.S. first struck Iran, of course, with Israel as well, a lot of these countries said that they were surprised and that they, were kind of caught off guard when that first happened. So I'd keep that in mind here as well. But really, I think this enormous pressure we have seen from President Trump, and I should note as well, someone who has repeatedly mused openly about this idea of withdrawing support from the NATO alliance, this pressure that continues to build. Even so, we still haven't seen a lot of these allies who the president said he wouldn't name, but a lot of these allies come out and say that they would actually send warships. You look at Germany, the UK, Japan, who I should know whose prime minister will be here later at the White House later this week.
Okay, thank you, Dawn. She's rambling. Wicked Hebrew, I got your donation on the screen. Thank you, sir. According to my research, unless you tell me I'm wrong, the Raven, right? The Raven drone, $250,000. $250,000. Some of them can go for, let me see, the system widely used by U.S. military allies. I don't know. Let's get her off the screen here. I'm not down talking America, but I want to, get to the bottom of this. Thank you for your donations, sir, okay? All right, give me a minute. I'm coming to the phones. We're going to get to Jasmine Crockett as well. Guys, did she speak out yet with regards to one of her former security guards? Supposedly he was impersonating a police officer, and they lit his ass up like a Christmas tree. Yes, no, maybe? All right. Let's get right down to business here. I'm sorry. Members only live chat. If you're on the phone lines, we want to make sure that you are donating to the show. I'm delineating from broke niggas, just so you know early. Area code 301. Good evening. Are you there? 301.
I'm here, I'm here.
What's going on with you, man? It's cracking.
Not much, man. I don't know. Your man Trump sounds defeated, man. It sounds exactly like Netanyahu. This is a fact.
Well, sir, he's our president, even though I voted for him. So, whatever happens, you're going to feel the repercussions as well. Do you vote? You vote?
I did not like neither the Democrats nor the Republicans.
That wasn't a question, sir. And can you fix the headset, the speaker? Come on, you're my first caller. Don't kill the vibe. Do you vote? Was my question. Do you vote?
Oh, yeah, I did vote.
Come on.
I did vote.
Come on.
I voted, yes.
Come on.
But what I'm saying is this war is not going the way Trump expected it to go.
No shit, sir. Where do you see it going? Where do you see it going?
where I see it going is we're spending $1 million up to $5 million on bombs and drones when Iran is only spending like $25,000 on a drone. So when you talk about
20,000, sir, not 25, 20. These drones are cheap. 20, come on.
20,000 on a drone when we're spending 250,000 on a drone. On that type of war, we are gonna lose because they're getting those drones from China, cheap drones, and their ballistic missiles are like $100,000 when we're spending $4 or $5 million on one bomb. So if you check the equation, we're losing money on this war, and their ballistic missiles and their drones is very, very effective.
Well, from what I can see,
very effective.
From what I can see, and based upon my research, the Iranis have prepared for this type of long-term battle. Now, again, voting for him is one thing, but we as Americans, and I'm saying we, we've got to think about our troops. Boots on the ground. Is it worth it? Because we don't want to see another a long battle that draws out like Vietnam. That's crazy. Come on. Right.
If you check, we do not need boots on the ground because every time we go to a country that have terrain, because like Vietnam, there was terrain. Afghanistan, there was terrain. Iran is one of the most dangerous terrain to invade. Yeah. That's why earlier when you were saying any country that ever try to invade Iran, they always lose because of the mountains, the terrain.
No, that's not what I said, sir. Hang on. That's not what I said. I said, even if they get in throughout history, and I don't know their full history, and they've won the battles, over time, Iranis have come back and taken Iran back. That's what I was saying. But okay, so we've got a situation, we've got a clusterfuck, so to speak. Any projections?
Yes.
And can you Can you address my theory, it's just a theory, that California does seem plausible? Did you hear what I was saying about the different obstacles and the response time would be slower? What do you think?
I don't think that they're going to attack America. I don't think they have the capability to attack the United States. I don't think so. So I think we're safe, but I just think what they're going to do is they're going to attack the Gulf state, because you have to understand Trump has a lot of investment in the Gulf states, and they attacking all over the Gulf states. That's why you see Trump is so defeated, because, I mean, he's bombing Iran. He's carpet bombing Iran. He's doing everything that he can. But because what Iran is doing, they close the Strait of Hormuz, and then they're bombing all of the Gulf states. Dubai is shut down. Kuwait is shut down. Saudi Arabia is shut down. And these countries, these are the countries that are buying our bonds. These are the countries that are keeping America afloat, the petrodollar. They destroy the petrodollar. That's why they're winning this war.
Let me ask you another question, sir. Are you born here in America, or are you from someplace else, respectfully? Where you from?
My dad is from Ghana, but my mother from Sierra Leone. I'm from West Africa, but I've lived in America longer. I love it here. Okay. I'm an American, but let me tell you something, Star. I want to see prosperity for everybody. I don't want to see war. America's biggest problem is our debts. We have $38 trillion in debt, and our GDP is $31 trillion. That means we are $7 trillion on the whole.
Okay.
That is our biggest problem, not war.
I appreciate the call, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, 346. Are you there? A few topics on the table. Hey.
Hi, so I called the other day. It's April from Brooklyn. I'm in Houston now.
Hey, April, how are you?
Cheerio, chap. How you doing?
Cheerio. Where do you want to start?
Well, the Strait of Hormuz, it's a disaster right now. We had no business getting involved in that. We were doing fine. It's highly likely that we'll be seeing $18 a gallon before August. That's my prediction.
Okay.
Y'all ought to buy some oil for sure.
Okay.
And, nobody else is going to get involved. Nobody's going to help America because we're the one with the ball. We always have the ball. We're always playing the world's police. Mm-hmm. And all kings get their heads cut off, right? Nobody's in power forever.
I'm listening.
So, that's what's going on with, the Strait of Hormuz. You got the GCC countries on one side, and then you got Iran on the other side with Russia. These countries are tired of getting punched in the face.
If I can jump in for a second, maybe they just don't want to jeopardize their business. I have a video that I'm going to play with regards to the Strait of Hormuz, for those who are not, up to speed in the loop, so to speak. But do you want to see America fall? Keep it real.
Absolutely not. This is my country. I love my country, but I also know that we are the culprit. We have got to do something different. I mean, it's been war after war.
I love it too, but sometimes there has
Americans want peace. We don't really want war.
Hold on a second.
To be honest.
I love America too. My family, law enforcement, armed forces, and so on and so forth. But now, I'm going off the deep end tonight, and I'm doing hypotheticals and theories and things. Might a reset help the black man here in America? Maybe he needs a little a boost to really, take over, to rise up. What do you think?
I mean, what reset? Black wealth is at less than 5%. What reset? There is no reset. It's too late. That's what I feel as though. If you don't have your ducks in a row by now, I beg you, it's far too late.
Okay. Well, history has shown us, not that I'm the sharpest knife in the drawer, but history has shown us that sometimes a house has to burn before it can be rebuilt. And we don't have thousands of years of culture. I mean, I love capitalism, but we don't have our culture is capitalism. But in terms of what we've been through, and I'm just rambling here, this evening, what we've been through might, disaster, here in America, give the black man a chance to rise up. You mean there have been people who've spoken about, hey, maybe some type of reset will allow, other cultures to take over, and the browning of America is coming. Yes, or am I reaching?
1,000,000% is coming. All kings get their heads cut off, and we have been in power for quite some time. I think the strategy that we're still
the white man has been in power, not you. Are you white?
I mean, well, the USD, that dollar, that almighty dollar. But what's happening now is these countries, if they want their oil to come through that Strait of Hormuz, they're going to have to use a different currency. They don't want that dollar. And that's a problem.
Well, let's focus on America here for a second. Never mind the Strait of Hormuz.
That affects America. You better believe it.
But hang on. If we can just focus on America. I want to go there tonight, Might there be a need here in America for, disaster and darkness so that the black race can finally rise up? It's, if you say no, Star, you're reaching, I'll accept that. But I think that might be in line,
I'm all for my people. I don't ever want to see my people at the bottom of the totem pole. So if we rise, we rise. Okay. Absolutely. All right. Absolutely.
Any thoughts about Sinners winning 4 Academy Awards? It was what did it have? 16 nominations and only won 4.
Star, I turned the movie on. I watched it for less than 10 minutes. I had to turn it off. It wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't lighting a fire in me. It wasn't worth watching, my opinion.
Okay. I appreciate the call. April, you said, right?
April, yes. Another thing about Sinners is that it was a false pretense. A lot of the historical agenda was wrong. But thank you, Star, for taking my call. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Fro babies, what do you think? I feel like reaching tonight, What might the black man need in this country to rise up? The great Charles Manson once said that Blackie will rise up and kill Whitey in this country. Charles Manson. That's what he said. Hi, Vera, I got your donation. Phone line's open, baby. Call in. Blade, you sent me a crazy video. I'm not sure where you're going, but I may try and play that, shortly, okay? Andre, what's going on with you, man? I got your donation. Okay, Andre, can you send me a link? You've sent me... I can't download a video right now, but send me a link, please, okay? Area code 203, are you there? President Trump calling for help. Help! What say you? 203. 203, you got to take off the headset, the speakerphone, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get you up out of there. Area code 516, are you ready? Monday evening.
Yes, I'm ready.
Hey, who's this?
Hi.
Hey, hi.
Oh, my name is Heather.
Hey, Heather.
And thank you for taking my call. I'm a registered independent and a black woman who voted for Donald Trump and Republican for the first time. Unlike you, he's not my guy. I only voted for him to oppose and condemn the Democratic Party. I have always believed and said that Trump is a liar with no character, and everything he's doing now, I predict that he would. So he isn't disappointing to me. I also believe that if Iran does not directly attack America, it will be because of the stance people like me, you, and other Americans are taking against the war. Most Americans are saying that Iran did absolutely nothing to us. So most of us disagree with the war. It won't be because of anything any so-called savvy politician in Washington did. It will be Americans saving the day. With that being said, I think that Trump and the rest of Washington are turning Americans into Iranians. And what I mean by that is that the Iranians are fighting for their dignity and are unafraid to die. Well, the American people are on social media speaking against their government and not worrying about whether or not they lose their jobs or their lives. That's how reckless many of us are on social media. Maybe not reckless, but it's called we are fed up. Most of us understand that our government is capable of doing whatever they want to do to us, and we still make our voices heard. What will our government do when most of the 350 million people are taking to the streets because they have adopted the ideology that sometimes there's a time to die, just like the Iranians seem to have done?
Right.
And I shall close with this.
Well, no, can you stay with me? I'm not rushing. I'm trying to be educated tonight because I am concerned about these $20,000 drones. I got a video that I'm going to play, which gives a really good breakdown how cheap they are to produce, and the threats made, in California. It seems plausible to me. Any thoughts? Did you hear what I said about response time? The water reserves and other things, the freeways that could really be a problem if they were to strike in California? Or am I just reaching?
No, you're not just reaching. I mean, I think the report came out. I don't know if it was a false flag by our government and by our media, and they're trying to terrify us. But the report came out that, Iran was thinking about striking California, something regarding that, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
I have a hard time trusting what our government and the media says. America, as you were talking earlier, to your point, America is going to get a reset, but she's going to get a reset whether she wants it or not.
Right.
She cannot continue to pop a squat on people of color all over the earth, especially Black people in America, and think there will be absolutely no consequences to pay. The time has come.
Let me just add this. Caucasians now in America are fighting also for white genetic survival. Survival. So they're off balance, and we don't need to be fighting on behalf of Israel. I mean, it sounds hot, but
right.
They do profess to be God's chosen people, and you got the Iranians and other people of Muslim, fractions and descent. They want to get to Allah. So that war is never going to stop, that religious war. I just want to say that. But anything else you want to mention? I appreciate the call.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Check it.
Area code 416. Good evening. Are you there? 416.
Star is Frankie G on the check-in, man.
Frankie G, how are you? Tapping in from Canada, man. What's going on? You see the titles.
Yes, sir.
Where we going?
Oh, well, can we crash out tonight, man? Or is this a black show tonight?
Well, I didn't get your donation. You can crash out, but I can't have broke white boys calling to here, just talking crazy.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah, but listen, Netanyahu, if he is out of here, I say any dreidel spinner that's gone is a good thing, man. So so I'll say that, man. Hopefully, but well, one less dreidel spinner is not a bad thing, Star.
We heard you the first time, and please stop giggling. Where we going?
Right.
Come on.
Right, but having said that, though, man, I don't think this is a war that's American driven. This is a Jew war, right? Like, it definitely seems like this all lined up perfectly with Trump being involved with the Epstein files and him being able to skate free from that.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to put in work for the Jews, and we'll make it all go away, right? Like Zuckerberg and those guys. What was the guy's name? Bezos. I think they gave money to Trump's administration for his campaign, right? So it's kind of like, you better do what we say or else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hang on a second, Frankie G. You are an admitted Jew hater, right? You're a Jew hater.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So,
absolutely.
So, I don't know. Well, how old are you again? I forget. How old are you?
39.
Okay. You're a young man. I say that respectfully. So,
yeah.
We're in a war here, America. You're up in Canada, so you're just sitting back, you're eating your popcorn, and you're watching the fireworks go on. What do you think about these $20,000 drones? I'm going to play a video here that gives the whole breakdown versus the astronomical prices that it costs America to try to take these drones down. And you know, it appears that they have thousands underground and they can launch them from different places. They don't just have to launch them from a ship. What do you think about all of that, Frankie G?
Well, you know, the whole scenario is very, very interesting in terms of like the drones and all that, because it is affecting everyone. You say that I'm in Canada, but like the prices here on gas and all that stuff, food and everything, this is all being affected everywhere. It's not just in America. Like this is very much a global conflict at this point. You know what I mean? So like people are feeling it, whether it's in Europe, whether it's here in North America, whether it's in the Middle East. People are feeling the effects of this war. It's very expensive, as you just pointed out. Like it's very expensive, and it's something that, you know, yourself and other Americans are paying for with your tax dollars, and then other people are paying with their lives, right? So I say if the Jews want to turn up and, you know, kick up some dust, why don't they send their kids over there to die?
Okay. How about we stop? How about we cut the short shit short, Frankie G? Was Hitler ahead of his time? Let's go there, man. Don't be scared.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. He was a freedom fighter, Star.
He didn't hate black people. You know that, right? He didn't hate black people.
No, I don't think so. I believe he was shaking hands with what was it?
You ever heard of Jesse Owens? Jesse Owens?
Yeah, Jesse Owens, yep. He was shaking hands with him at the Olympics. He was a fan
of course,
of
Hitler wanted the Germans to win at the Olympics, but, you know, he was shaking his hand, as you just said, and Jesse Owens said in his book, the most love he's ever gotten on the planet was from the German people at the Olympics.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm not sitting here, you know, caping for Hitler, but just, you know, we're having that conversation this evening, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm no supporter of Hitler or the Nazis, but he had some good ideas. You know, that's the way I look at it. And you were saying, you brought up an interesting thing that does there need to be some sort of crash so the white man, so the black man can rise up in America, Star.
Reset.
Do you recall there was a great. Yeah, there was a great man named Charles Manson who said,
I've already said that, sir. You're late. I've already spoke about the civil rights leader, Charles Manson. But now you see, he said, Blackie will rise up and kill Whitey, but Blackie won't be smart enough to know how to run the country. So
right.
He said, that's where I come in.
Exactly. That's where he comes in. He had the underground tunnels and all that stuff. He was like, well, he's doing that.
Please stop giggling, Frankie G. So, okay. Finish up, man. But listen, I really want to talk about Trump asking for help and the allies just saying, hey, you know, it's not within our best interest. Can you finish up on that, Frankie G?
In terms of him asking for help and people not being too interested in it, it's a very, very complex situation in terms of, I mean, if you're a NATO country, isn't that kind of the whole thing? Like if someone's involved in a conflict that you should be helping your partners technically. So I don't really understand them saying we're not going to help or something if you're part of NATO. That's kind of the whole, you know, the whole deal there. Like America will ride for you if you ride for America type thing, right? So
well, hang on, Frankie G. You're younger than me. I'm sure you're better educated than me with regards to today's world. But now there are some who think that this is an illegal war because Trump did not get permission from Congress. That's what you're supposed to do. The president technically is the chump in the front. Congress did not give him the authority to do what he's now doing with Israel. So that could be a reason why other countries are saying, no, we're not going to join you because these could become war crimes at some point. Are you done?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know what?
I don't know if I'm right. I'm just rambling. I'm a 61-year-old man. I don't know.
I think you're right, Star. I think you're smarter than you pretend to be. You know what I mean? I think you're right. I think they're definitely committing war crimes over there. Now, whether that goes to, you know, see the light of day the way the Nazis and other people did, we'll see. But I don't think Americans in general are in favor of this war. I don't think that's what you guys voted for, right? He was supposed to be the president that ends wars, correct?
Supposedly.
That's what he was saying.
Supposedly.
Right.
It might be time to cuff Trump and impeach him. Again, this is Congress did not approve these actions. Good to talk to you, man. Okay, thank you for being patient. Yes, your comment on the screen, you're absolutely right. I was reading up on Ukraine today. They've got a better cheap anti-defense drone for those drones. But now, correct me if I'm wrong, President Trump has already said we don't need Zelensky's help. Area code 347, the white Denzel. Rory, are you there?
Yo, what's going on?
How are you, man? What's crying?
Yo, every time you have a show on the Jews, you have there's some sort of a commodity.
He's off the line, Frankie G.
I
know where you're trying to go. Come on.
Yeah, you get these same people calling in immediately, trying to test the waters and pretend they ain't something that they are. You got a lot of DL Jews watching the show, so I gotta keep it real, man. Mossad is on to your ass.
All right, so look.
You got Frankie Gefilte Fish. Like we don't know. Frankie G. The G is for Gefilte Fish. It's like we don't know he's an undercover Jew. Like everybody don't know that. Who the hell talking about claiming Charles Manson?
Listen, let's get right to the topic. You and I spoke earlier. Trump is calling for help, man. What's going on? He's looking crazy out here. Or is the propaganda leading us to believe that Iran, is ready for the long haul? Rory.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I have faith. I have felt faith in the commander-in-chief, the great white hope, Donald Trump. I believe him. I think this thing's going to be over quicker than people think. I think the left wing and the media is amping up every part of it that they can. Okay. They just came out today and said the new leader is zesty as hell, that he's that he's all tore up and he's what they giving him drugs, and underneath the drugs he's making passes at all the male nurses and male doctors because they Muslim as hell, right. So they can't have no female doctors or female nurses, and he got all these little young male Arabian Persian Persians doctors, dark-skinned doctors looking after him, and he can't help himself. Apparently, he's grabbing booty and everything.
Listen, I gotta cut you off. Come on, get focused here. Well, let's talk about these drones. When you and I spoke earlier, I said I wanna readdress California and the possibility, according to the FBI, that drones may target California. Come on, let's talk about that. Then we can come back to.
Of course, that's a simple target. That's an easy target. With forest.
Well, at first you said no. Hang on a second. 3 days ago, you said no, Star. That's not reality. Now you're saying yes. Why?
No. Oh no. Definitely. As far as California goes, forest fires are real over there.
Right.
They don't have the water supply. It's already been proven. Not only that, when we had the open border policy, California was a place that, like, I would say 60%, if not 50% of those illegal gotaways went to, because they're protected over there. So there could be coordination plans from California as far as kamikaze drones and especially forest fires, man. I'm serious. We already saw how much damage that could do, to like a city. And California is ripe for that. And you don't have to have much technology for something like that. They don't need a laser.
Well, hang on a second now. We haven't even got to lasers yet. So I was just, thinking about response time. I mean, California is known for traffic on those freeways. So they could literally, in my opinion, target some of those intersections. People would be stuck like Chuck, as we used to say. And
they've also never been hit on the homeland like we have in New York. We've had 9/11 over here. Like, we've dealt with that. They also are not. I don't think the LAPD is as prepared as the NYPD was after 9/11.
Right.
You know, I think our city is way better equipped domestic terrorism and stuff like that. You know, I don't think they have divisions like that. A lot of them are more dedicated to like gang violence and stuff like that. You know?
Okay. All right. So
they've never felt that pain.
All right. Now listen.
On Israel.
Come on.
No, on Israel with this war. Let me say this. I will say this. Israel, I believe, is not our ally. I believe that. I think we were bullied into this conflict. I also believe if anybody's going to have troops on the ground, first, when it comes to Iran, it has to be the Israelis. The Israelis have to put boots on the ground once, just once. They've never done it before. We went to war in Iraq. We went to war in Afghanistan. We had Operation Iraqi Freedom. We had Operation whatever the hell that was called in Afghanistan. We had 40-plus countries of allies. Canada, Lithuania.
Hold on a second. I don't want to do a whole lot of back and forth stuff, but I think Frankie G's
never said
Rory, hold on. Can you hear me? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Frankie G, is that you again? Frankie G?
No.
Okay, who's 416? Can you hold on? Stay there. Okay. Thought Frankie G was calling back. All right, so now hang on. I need you to just slow it down a little bit so we can have this discussion. I want to get people to call in. I'm not claiming to have all the goddamn insight here. I've been doing a lot of research today. Have you heard of the dancing missile? They just used this one for the first time, and it penetrated. It got through into Israel. The dancing missile, yes, no?
Yes, I heard they use dancing missiles. They call them like something else too, like bunker buster missiles or something like that. So they're like a shotgun pellet, you know, kind of thing. You know, like a 12 gauge where you get the buckshot. It's like that with a bomb. But like I said, Israel never puts boots on the ground. They didn't do it in Afghanistan. They didn't do it in Iraq. And if they don't do it in Iran, this is their war. This is not our war. This is their war. And if they don't put bullets to the ground, it's going to prove everything that everybody says. Because I'll say this, this thing is biblical. Jewish people are very scared.
Rory, can I jump in?
Go ahead.
According to BBC News, Israel has put limited ground operations into Lebanon. So they are on the ground now.
Lebanon.
Yeah. They're on the ground.
Yeah, Lebanon's not Iran. Lebanon's not Iran. That's not going to cut it.
To your point.
That's not going to cut it.
To your point, Israel is now, on the ground. So I mean, I'm concerned. I'm not panicking, but at the same time, man, it's just,
Israel going into Lebanon is like England at the top of their power going into Ireland. It's the same thing. It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. It's like we're going to fight a country that has absolutely no chance of surviving us or fighting us, which Iran does if Israel puts troops on the ground. Right. This is Jew trickery. This is what it is. I'm not being honest.
Come on.
I'm telling you, this is more Jew trickery. This is the flim-flam. This is the Jewish flim-flam. Wash my hands while I rob you with the other. We're not going for that Lebanon thing. Okay. Israel has to put boots on the ground in Iran first before anybody else. We want to see the Israelis get busy.
Okay.
Not just with, come on, man. What are we talking about?
I'm listening to you.
What are we talking about here?
Come on. But hang on. Do you want to
we're being used as a puppet.
Do you want to hold on? I'm getting backed up on calls. Or do you want to land your plane?
Yeah, but check this out. I'm suffering a little bit tonight from like generational Irish trauma because, as you know, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. And we get emotional around this time of year because
I know.
we were slaves. Yeah, we were slaves for 800 years to the British Crown.
Come on.
We started generational trauma. That's our thing. It's all a cultural appropriation after. They learned everything from us. But I say this. We wear the green in this country, and when we wore the green back in Ireland before we came to America, they used to hang the men and the women.
Okay.
They would hang them.
I need you to stay there. I'm not cutting you short. Stay there. Let me take another call. Hold on. Get a glass of water. Be right back, all right?
Gotcha.
All right. So, that's my friend right there. Area code 416. Thank you for your patience. We're talking about President Trump calling for help from allies, and they're saying no. Are you up to speed? 416.
Yes, I am. How's it going?
It's going, sir. How about yourself?
Pretty good, pretty good. So I don't think there's any way that the United States can win this war. Just as you laid out, the cost differential heavily favors Iran, and they got bang for your buck weapons, man. They got these hypersonic ballistic missiles that cost in the hundreds of thousands per missile. And even when if you take the cost differential off the table, the United States doesn't have the manufacturing capacity. They can't keep up. They keep running out of bombs. They've been starting to have this problem even when they were bombing Syria over a decade ago. Obama was having this problem running out of bombs. And yeah, so China's not going to manufacture your bombs for you. Yeah.
Can I jump in for a second? Stay with me. I appreciate the call.
Sure.
I'm not saying America's going to lose. I'm not saying that. I'm very much pro-America. But, according to some of the research that I've been doing here, we've got the MQ-9 Reaper drone, right? We also got the XQ-67A drone. Both of those drones cost roughly $12 to $15 million per unit.
Right.
And we've got other drones that, hold on a second. As I said, the MQ-9 Reaper drone costs between $30 million to $34 million. That's a lot in comparison to these $20,000 drones that they have. Now, I'm not saying, we're going to lose, but I'm saying the strategy has to be a little different because we've already got, according to multiple reports, Germany is not siding with us. The UK, Australia, Japan, the European Union, and France. They are not going to help America.
Right.
Take it from there.
Yeah, well, you can't afford to lose those drones. That's the issue. The longer the war goes on, the more expensive it is for the United States. And Iran's been preparing for this moment since Iraq was invaded. They've dug these underground tunnels deep underneath the mountains there in Iran to hide all kinds of weapons and artillery and all kinds of military equipment deep underneath these mountains. They've got. I gotta look this up real quick, but they're
well, stay there. Let me just throw something else out there because I'm looking for anybody from the armed forces to call in. I'm just rambling here. I don't know for certain. Do you think that Trump has pulled the trigger, on this, and this may keep him in office, when his time is up? This could be a long war. What do you think about that?
Well, as in what? As in he can call he can pull some sort of emergency act or something.
Executive order. I have to stay in power, kind of like
Yelensky. Some sort of thing.
Kind of like Yelensky. How many years has Yelensky been running the goddamn Ukraine? He's been there forever.
Yeah.
Jesus, come on.
Yeah, he has been there forever. I don't know what he's thinking. It's hard to know what he's thinking because he even said he'll know when the war's over when he feels it in his bones. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean, to be honest. Every decision seems to be just off of a whim. But
you said you were Googling something. What were you looking for?
So I was looking for the median age of Iran, and that's a very young country. I believe the last time I checked, I believe it was 18 years old. So we want to get in. So we want to, and I say we because I'm calling you from Canada, but we're a NATO member, right? So, so America goes to war, we go to war too. So we want to go to war with a country that's got a median age of 18 years old, right? Where the median, what's the median age of the United States? It's around 40. How much of a desire for a world war do we have in all these NATO members compared to a country that's being bombed, that's being heavily bombed? So I'm not sure we want that sort of a conflict. Nobody wants to pay as much as they are paying at the pumps, and those numbers are just, it's a 2-week-old war, right? The numbers are just going to get higher and higher and higher.
Listen, I got to take other calls. Please land your plane. With regards to the topics, please.
That's pretty much all I got to say. I think I've made my point. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. For
you have a good day.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Phone lines open.
I heard this guy just now said that Persia is, I think he said 18 years old.
Is this Crime Skills?
Thing is first.
Is this Crime Skills?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hey.
Yes, sir.
What's
this
up,
is me.
Man? I didn't know.
Yeah. What's good? You check your? Did you check your Zelle? Did you check the Zelle?
I'm sorry. Did I check what? Say it again.
Check your Zelle, man. You can't hear me. Why you can't hear me?
I'll check this out. But listen, good to hear from you. Take your time. Crime Skills. Where do you want to go, please?
All right. I'm speaking on this war. I'm speaking on what? Because I've been hearing misinformation. I think dude just now said that. Iran is 18 years old. So
I don't know.
All right, let's take this back. Star, 1935, right. March 21st, 1935. That's when they changed that name to Iran. This country is known as the Medes, the Parthians, the Carmanians, or you could say the Persians. Okay. They once ruled this planet for 1,500 years old. 1,500 years they ruled this planet for. America is a baby. America is a child, number one. I know you a reader. This war was prophesied in the book of Enoch, chapter 55. So
you go in there.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. I'm willing to put money on the table. It's the end of America as we know it. And I'm going to show you how they're going to do it.
Okay.
First thing they're going to do, they're going to drain out America. These people, they've been, a matter of fact, after Alexander didn't even conquer Persia. He almost lost his life trying to conquer that country. Antiochus, after Greece took control, Antiochus Epiphanes tried to run back into Persia to get their gold, and he had to run out. He got run out of Persia, trying to conquer that country. They have never been conquered. They're going to drain America. Israel will be desolate. America will going to have to give it up, give Israel up. Israel will.
Crime Skills, let me jump in, please. I appreciate your knowledge, your history, understanding of history. I appreciate that. Does Israel need to be stopped? I'm saying that. I've been a big supporter of Israel. I do business with a lot of Ashkenazis. But I'm not going to sit back and watch American troops, put boots to the ground and go die for a religious cause. Do they need to be stopped?
They will be stopped.
Come on.
It's not about need to. They will be stopped. They will be. There's nobody could save them. Nobody. America can't save them. The UK, Germany, France, Spain, nobody will save them. You see what I'm saying? They are dragging America into the abyss. America is in the abyss. America will have to run out of the Middle East. But what's going to happen is that I watched diesel price went from $4.85 within an hour to $5.35 within an hour spent. So I checked the trailer. I'm seeing what's going to happen. And what's going to happen is that there will be a uproar in America. And that's when America is going to have to run and leave that alone and leave it alone. But America is not going to survive this, bro. I'm willing to put money on the table for anybody who thinks that America is going to walk away from this, or Donald Trump is going to say, "Oh, yo, I'm done now."
Well, I hope you're wrong. As an American, I hope you're wrong. But now, hold on a second. Can you just entertain my theory here about the other nations, as you just pointed out, Germany, the UK, Australia, Japan, European Union, and France? Do you think that they may get together and gang up on America? I mean, Trump has.
Yes.
Hang on. Trump, what he has done, he has assisted Israel without approval from Congress. He could be impeached over that. What do you think of that? Might they get together and gang up on America? The countries I just named.
Yes. Yeah, I champion that. Listen. They're going to turn against America. They're all going to turn against America. They're all going to turn. Star, over 2 years now. I got witnesses over 2 years now. I'm on X. I've been telling people this is coming.
Okay.
I've been telling people this is coming.
Right.
So people who know me, know that I'm laughing at people right now. I'm like, yo, y'all just don't understand. But whoever is talking about, oh, they're only 18 years old, please start. These people don't know history. They don't read. They don't study.
I don't know.
These people, they're once upon a time, there was a dude by the name of Cyrus, Darius, and Artaxerxes. Right. That's the same kingdom, and they're not no sand niggas. The Arabs are the Ishmaelites. These are different people from the Ishmaelites or the Arabs. They're completely different people. Okay. They're not the same people. So let's not get it twisted. Right. A lot of people don't even understand. To really know what America is up against, you got to study history to understand the enemy that you're fighting. And a lot of these people, they are naive, and they think that America can't bomb them for 6 months straight. America can't do that. America do not have enough Patriot missile to use as their defense. They had to take the last they had out of, I think, South Korea and bring it into Israel, and that's going to be destroyed.
Crime Skills, I hate to cut you short, but I have to take other calls. You want to land your plane? I mean, I haven't even gotten to other areas yet. I'm just talking tonight, some conspiracy theories and other things. Where do you want to land your plane, sir? Crime Skills.
All right, I'm all line by saying this. Anybody that's gonna call up after me, put your money up.
Okay.
If you think you know, I'm not believing. I'm telling you what I know is gonna happen. So this is where I'm gonna land. If you're gonna call and run your mouth, I got 500 up. We could push it up to a G.
Okay.
Set the money up.
Thank you.
And let me know. You'll get 5% star later.
Salute. Thank you. Okay. Crime Skills tapping in. Andre, I got your email. Thank you so much. Hakeem, I got your donation. Thank you, sir, via Cash App. Guys, the Cash App link is at the top of the live chat. Okay, someone sent me a link with Amanda Seales going in on the Oscars. Okay. I didn't watch the Oscars. I just, I'm over it. I have been for maybe 3 decades. I don't care about the Oscars. Hey, Penelope, nice to hear from you. Taylor, are you calling in? I got your email. Taylor, are you calling in? Guys, the number's on the screen. If anybody wants to cam up, there's my email address. All right, Rory, back to you. Now, are you getting ready for tomorrow, St. Patty's Day, or have you started already? Be honest, Rory.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get over that bumper clot.
Easy.
Foreigner.
Easy.
Yeah,
Hey, you know the rules, man. Don't attack other callers.
I'll take the bet, Star. I'll take the bet. 500, 1,000. I'll take the bet. I'm still trying to get over a hating ass bumper clot to come from a place of disdain over here. And then he was literally preaching for our downfall.
Well, he sent me a nice donation.
Nah, man, I don't care about that, man. He's a Jamaican nigger. How about that?
Okay, come on. Listen, I got to get back to the show, man. Hey, I got to get back to the show. When are you heading out for St. Patty's Day? Early in the morning, or what are you doing?
All morning, all day. That's how we do. We got to get over our ancestors' struggle. it's an all day affair.
Right.
You know, we're a long line of struggle to get over.
Get some rest.
You know, yo, crowd skills, I got you on that money, man.
Okay.
That ain't a thing.
Okay.
That ain't a thing.
We'll talk tomorrow. Talk tomorrow.
If he calls back in, yeah, all right.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. White boy Rory. Thank you for your donation. I want to add more context to the discussion. Can you guys hold on in the phone queue? Blade, what's going on, man? Okay, Blade going 10 toes down with the emails. Blade, you sent me an email earlier. I was going to respond to you, but then I got busy. I had deception. I'll show me. All right. Okay, who are you? You're sending in a donation. Folks, I am delineating. I don't want to talk to everybody, okay? If you're sending in a donation, not that I'm hurting for anything, you know, say that, but don't just send me a bunch of random emails. I can't pick up every goddamn call. Hey there, area code 323. Good evening. Is that you on the screen? Is that you?
Hey, what's up, Star? Calling from L.A., dog. How you doing?
Yes, sir. How are you? What do you want to start?
Oh, man. Hey, Trump getting played like a Barbie doll.
Come on. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know who's running the show?
Tell us. Tell us.
Jared Kushner. That's his handler.
Okay.
He's married to his daughter.
This we know.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He got Trump off something, man. You know, they go do deals, and they still go bomb Iran, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, God.
Well, hang on a second. I'm glad you're calling in. Can I ask, how old are you? You sound like a man of wisdom. How old are you?
Oh, man, I'm 33, man. I'm from South Central. You know how we are out here.
Okay, so hang on a second. Four or 5 days ago, the FBI put out a report about the possibility of Iran, launching drones, whether they come in from the Pacific or whether they are, launched from within California. And I laid out a theory. I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but entertain me for a second here. If drones were to attack LA County and other places, San Diego and other, Vallejo, San Francisco, the response time would be slow because everything is spread out. You got a congestion with the goddamn freeways. Water is really a scarcity. Does it make sense or no?
Well, it would make sense because, man, we dumb out here. You know what I'm saying? We're not prepared for that, Star. You know what I mean? Everybody don't know how to read maps, don't even know how to go on the back roads, nothing like that, man. Everybody just know about the interstate. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, it would make sense. You know what I mean?
Not that I'm hoping for it, but I just want to, I want to discuss it. And decades ago, I don't know about it now, but decades ago, if you washed your car on the days that were not designated, you could get a fine, right? You could get a ticket.
Oh yeah, of course, man. They do that automatically. That's why. Right. That's why they got to. You can't water your grass at a certain time,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because they got enforcers, writing tickets, or you got neighbors snitching on your ass, like, God damn, you can water his grass, but I can't water mine. What's going on with that picture? You know what I'm saying? Shit, I'm trying to grow some avocados too.
Right. Please stop giggling, sir. Sir, please stop giggling.
What's up?
Stop giggling. But okay.
Yeah.
So that was
bad, homie.
That was just my theory. What else do you want to talk about? What about Netanyahu? Do you think he's alive? There's videos.
Man, Netanyahu, man, he's playing hide and seek right now, man. He ain't trying to be seen right now because he already know what he did, man. You know what I'm saying? He got consequences coming up to him, man. War crimes and all that, man. But, man, you know what? It's not even Netanyahu who's putting the string. It's Miriam Adelson that's pulling the strings.
Come on.
You know what I mean? All these little Zionists and all that, man. Come on, Star.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Netanyahu got bosses on top of bosses that's pulling the strings. You know what I mean? Netanyahu is just the face, out there, and that's it, man. But at the same time, back to Jared Kushner, man. He's running the show, Star.
Okay.
Even his father did some janky stuff, sending his sister husband a videotape having sex with a prostitute. blackmailing.
Has that been confirmed, or are you just you guessing, sir? We got to be careful. You guessing?
No, it's confirmed. No, well allegedly,
No, sir. If you have no knowledge and you have no proof, slow down. I can't do that. Not on my platform.
Even Chris Christie is on tape saying that that Jared's Christian father sent a videotape to his sister to see her husband. Okay.
Well, until we see it, so I don't want to just put that out there. But I appreciate you bringing.
Well, I understand, though, man. But let me tell you something to start, man. We mess with the wrong dog. Even I'm an American too myself, Star. I want the America to win. But man, you ain't no telling what Iran got underground, no, Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no telling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for example, them little drones cost about like what, 20,000, and we got missiles that cost $1 million. Who's gonna win that war, Star? You know what I'm saying? Even though, man, I feel like he got played, man. I feel like they said, "Oh man, we're gonna build a Trump Tower in the Middle East for you, man." He probably got wet with that, Star.
Hey, so I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
Hey, man. Hey, man, salute, Star. Hey, when you coming out here in LA again, man? Shit.
I was out there a couple of years ago. I did a whole goddamn West Coast trip. I even went to Eazy-E's grave. I was there, man. I was out there.
Oh man, hey, did you check in?
I checked in with the feds. I'm fed, sir, but I appreciate it.
All right, take.
Hey there, area code 313. Good evening. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Hey, good evening, Star. Detroit Ziggy. How are you?
Detroit Ziggy. Hey, man, I posted that call with you and Aladdin from the other day. Did you see it?
I got it. I watched half of it. I didn't catch the part where we were on, but Star, you have to
come on.
Forgive me. I apologize about my behavior the other night. You got me amped up. Aladdin got me amped up, and I was out of character. Please forgive me.
No, I thought it was a good call, but guys, if you click on this section where it says videos, not live, what was that show called? Oh my God, I'm forgetting. But the last call is Aladdin and Detroit Ziggy.
Nice.
Last call. Okay, you want to say what now?
No, Star. Going back to what you were just saying, Star. You've been doing a great job editing the videos, and I have been observing, Star. You took a page out of Mr. Epstein's book lately, huh?
Oh, easy now. Easy.
Oh, I saw it. I caught that, Star.
Easy.
You've been changing outfits here and there and shopping and screwing, but yeah, it all came together great. So I salute you on that. Listen, Star, you brought the topic again tonight, Star, regarding the almighty German, and was it justified? And Star, I always
hold on. Now, I didn't say with what he did or the Third Reich, was it justified? I said, was he ahead of his time, Adolf Hitler? Now, for those who who know history, and many people do, my audience is much younger than me, much smarter than me. We've only started to see in the last 15 or 16 years some of his speeches be translated into AI. So you had to have been a reader, and you had to have an understanding of Mein Kampf and other things, other literature, to know what he and the Third Reich were saying, back during those days. Did you ever read Mein Kampf, or was it read to you?
I don't believe I have. No.
It's on YouTube now, and it has been translated, so you can really hear what he was thinking once upon a time. But I'm not trying to justify what he did, but I just asked a question: was he ahead of his time, Detroit Ziggy?
Well, Star, I asked myself, there's 8 billion people on this planet, and Star, I just jotted down a few notes before I called in, Star.
Come on.
There's 15 million Jewish people on this planet. Half of them live in America, half of them live in Israel. That's the total population, 15 million. And I asked myself today, Star, and maybe Adolf Hitler was asking himself 100 years ago, and how is it that this small population, and again, guys, these 15 million so-called Israelis, they're not all filthy rich and run governments and run banks and run credit unions. This is a small population, maybe 1% of the 15 million that I just described to you have a lot of power on this planet, Star, and it's unfortunate. They have a lot of say.
I'm not going to say it's unfortunate. You know, I believe that, you know, if a culture or group can pool their resources, then they can work on the on behalf of the betterment of their culture. I ain't mad at that. You know, I mean, I'm not a player hater. But with regards to, if we can just pull it back to the topic here, you know, President Trump calling for help from other countries. How about we start there? Do you think this is a bad look? Is he down bad? Is he losing his grip? What's going on? Let's focus on that.
Well, he wrote a book called The Art of the Sale, correct?
Art of the Deal, I think. Art of the Deal.
The Art of the Deal. You're right. Yes, The Art of the Deal. Yeah. And Sun Tzu wrote The Art of War.
I never read that. I never read that book.
Yeah. So I think anything can happen. You know, let's think of maybe reverse psychology, Star, and let's say Donald Trump calls Benjamin Netanyahu tomorrow morning. He says, you know what? We're out. You know, and let them deal with their own issues. I believe in reverse psychology, and I think there's something to this. Israel could be stuck all by themselves if we pull out of there.
I think Netanyahu's dead. I think he's dead.
Well, really?
I think he's dead.
Wow.
And I think that there has been, I mean, I have no proof here. I think there's been no communication between, he and President Trump, and Trump is now frazzled. Why would he be calling for help from so-called allies? He's off balance. I think Netanyahu is out of here. I think it's a cover-up. Again, I'm doing conspiracies tonight. Take it from there, Detroit Ziggy, please.
Start was it's a small country as big as Israel is. How is it that they haven't been blown off the map 10, 20, 40, 50 years ago? I mean, how is it they have? Well, I'll tell you why, Star. Because that's our country.
Okay.
That's the United States.
Okay.
That's why we gave that land to the Israelis.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going back that far, yes. But
well, again, I mean, why? Who? So much money and influence and wealth within oil, and if there's that much hatred within Israel, I mean, they should, they could have been obliterated over the weekend. Hypothetically speaking, if they wanted to, all these countries surrounding them could send missiles their way, and they're not going to be able to stop all that, Star. And I am a firm believer in reverse psychology.
Okay.
There's countries there right now that are backing them. Ukraine just said to Zelensky, whatever his name is, he's back. He's going to back Iran. And there's going to be other silent partners that are going to feed them weapons. And Syria's there, and who knows what's on Jordan's mind. And so, this isn't a conflict, unfortunately. And you're right. And I think Donald Trump might face
impeachment.
Yeah, and something can happen. And Star, where's the United Nations? Did we bypass them too?
I think they're going to lead the charge. Listen, I have no proof. I'm just rambling. Hey, man, anything with regards to Sinners? 4 Oscar wins out of 16 nominations. Did you watch the Oscars? Detroit Ziggy.
No, I didn't, Star, but I got to land my plane on something. Maybe you can bring this topic up. And
come on.
Rory just brought it up, and I hate to bring it up, Star, and he brought up 9/11. Star, there's a lot of questions about what happened that day. I don't want to offend you. I don't want to offend anybody.
I don't want to go back to Detroit Ziggy. I got to land your plane on topic, please. I'm backed up on calls.
Yes.
On topic.
Great. Yep. Great show. Keep up the great work. I don't want to be all over the place.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy your program. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Detroit Ziggy. Hey, Janet. Good to hear from you. Good to see you in the queue. Where do you want to go, Janet?
Hey, Star, how are you?
Janet, I'm alive. Niggas younger than me are having aneurysms, strokes. Niggas got gout. Niggas got high cholesterol. And here I am. I don't take no
and high blood pressure.
I don't take no prescription medicine. Look at God. Come on.
I know he's good.
All the time. All the time.
Well, I'm calling in about with Trump and this Iran thing and the pressure.
Iran.
Thing.
You know how to pronounce it. Iran. Come on now.
Okay, Iran. All right, so I'm calling in about that. I think the person who shall not be named, because you know they got these treason charges they putting out on people. I think Trump was set up. I think Trump was told that they were making nukes at a certain facility, and he was given the wrong coordinates, and he hurt them, and 175 young girls were killed. There's no stepping back from that.
Okay.
Babies were killed.
Okay.
All right. So I think the best thing for the United States to do is offer compensation to the families, and the only way.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Go ahead.
No, we got to offer. That's 175 innocent lives. Didn't have nothing to do with this, and the coordinations, I believe, was given to the United States were wrong. And I don't know if it's deliberate. I'm trying not to say it was deliberately given it to us wrong, so we will have to stay there. But I feel like we're looking at another Vietnam, and I don't like it. I think that in times like this, your enemy becomes your best friend. I think you was talking about the Nation of Islam. I think Trump need to call in Farrakhan, tap him on the shoulder, because I don't think the people over there will listen to anybody else. And Iran. Now listen. And I think this is a great time to cut a deal for reparations for FBA.
Janet, with all due respect, are you sipping? Call Farrakhan?
No,
what do you say?
But listen, hear me. Just hear me out, Star, please. Please hear me out.
Come on.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Tap on Farrakhan's shoulder, because he's friends with everybody over there. Let's not get it twisted. And those people over there in Iran are not Arabic. They're actually, they're actually more Caucasian than they are Arabic. So I think that he should tap Farrakhan on the shoulder, make a deal to give all FBAs that could prove their lineage from slavery $15,000 of tax deduction for the next 10 years. For the next 10 years, just give us 15,000 tax deductions on our taxes automatically for the next 15 years. Go over there, make your apologies. And I believe our leaders of this country should have a come to Jesus moment.
Janet, can I interrupt for a second? I appreciate you. You know that. And I've been Janet, I've been getting your emails. I just been a little swamped with the move up to New York, so I didn't ignore your emails. I got them.
Okay.
I think Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, I think he's dead. What say you, Janet? I think we're seeing deep fakes. It doesn't look like him. His facial expressions and the way he talks. I've been watching him over the decades. That doesn't look like him. And then the whole thing with the 6 fingers. Did you see all that?
Well, yeah, and I find it strange that Trump hasn't mentioned his name in the last couple of segments that he's been talking.
Bingo.
So that's where all the AI and all that other stuff is okay. But in the last couple of public media outings that we have Trump speaking, especially in formal settings, he hasn't used that name. He always says Israel. He used to say, I'm going to get tongue twisted if I say his name, so I say the person that shall not be named. So, that gives me pause and it gives me questions. But I think at this time that it would come to desperate times, calls for desperate measures. And I think Trump should say it's either that, either we do this, or, everybody, you know what, everybody push their button and let's just reset this whole stuff. Because,
Janet, hold on a second. I just got myself a fresh beer here. Yeah, I know you're not as old as me, but do you remember the second season of Star Trek? The episode Patterns of Force. Was that going back too far? No?
No, well, I don't, you could tell me what happened. Maybe I'll remember.
Well, they had the dictator, supposedly he was alive, but in reality, well, he was being drugged. And then you had Mr. Spock and Troll Babies, give us a second. This had Gen 912. And it just seems kind of like how Netanyahu, I have no proof. I think he's out of here and they're using deep fakes, and his wife put out some type of cryptic message. Now would not be the good time or the right time to announce if he had been killed by one of these goddamn drones from Iran. If that happened, oh my goodness, everybody would swarm in on Israel. Yes, no?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, for us to get out of it with our face, get out of it by saving face. I'm telling you, in all the times that I've been in really deep stuff, I made my enemy my best friend. You have to use what you have. You really do. You have to use what you have to get what you need to get to where you need to go. And I'm saying that it's time for to have a liaison between us and, you say Iran. I think it's time. I think it's time that we get out of here, because if we don't get out of here, sooner or later, somebody's going to have to push a button, because that's where it's going. Because this is another Vietnam, because these people is not fighting. These people, you have killed 175 of their babies in one shot. You can't walk away from.
Janet, can you hold on a second? Diaz, thank you for being a member, sir. He says, the man just addressed his country today. Good Lord. Sir, it's probably AI.
Yeah, it probably is, Star. But you know what?
Today would be the perfect day to address the country by way of a deep fake. Janet, I got to take other calls. Are you good? What's going on?
No, I'm good. I'm going to take the other calls, but I think my idea is good. I'm not saying that we completely abandon Israel, because, they are our allies. But what I'm saying is we gotta walk this back. And it's gonna cost us a little bit of money, but we gotta walk this back.
Well, hold on, because once you say something, then I get to thinking too. Thank you for your service, once upon a time. Do you have any knowledge? And if you did have the knowledge, would you not make it public with regards to Adolf Hitler dying in Argentina in the 60s, as opposed to what what we've been told? There's pictures out there, this, of him in Argentina in the 60s, walking around in a goddamn what do you call that? The white linen suit in the 60s. It's not AI, Janet.
Well, he could be, because didn't they say his cousin is the president or something over there in Argentina? His first cousin?
I don't know. You would know.
His first cousin, his father, brother, son?
You would know better than me. Yes, no?
I'm talking about if he's there. That's what I'm saying.
No, Janet. He died years ago, but I'm just saying, do you have any knowledge?
I thought you were speaking of the one who shall not be named.
Right. Janet, good to talk to you. Gotta go. Thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. Area code 929. Good evening. Please watch the language. We're discussing a few topics.
Hey, Star.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
About
E from Brooklyn.
Hey, man.
About the main topic about Iran. I think people have to relax. I mean, we're in week 4. We were in Iraq, Afghanistan for 20 years, thousands of casualties. I think people got to relax. This is just week 4, and we pretty much did everything we want. We knocked out the ballistic missiles. The country's a mess right now. We can leave whenever we want. We don't have to pay for it. We could break it and leave it. I think people have to calm down and relax. We have, maybe 10 casualties. Some even died by accident, but wasn't even killed. I think people got to relax and look at, the situation we're at right now.
I appreciate what you're saying, but social media is a different animal, sir. And mainstream media doesn't relax. I mean, there was a time when they looked down upon content creators and bloggers, but now they are leading the goddamn charge, if you ask me, of just flooding live streaming and coming up with all sorts of stories that they don't even fact check. So shouldn't they relax in reality? Mainstream media now?
Sure. Well, they have an agenda. You know what side they're on. They're on Democrat side, so they're going to put everything, like, blow it up. Everything is going to be, right. They're against Trump, anything he does. I mean, so they want him to fail, basically. They're not even, hoping we win.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I appreciate your knowledge. You sound like a man who has an understanding of foreign policy and things like that. I voted for Trump, but I think he's out of control on this one. I mean, you do know that he didn't get permission from Congress to start bombing Iran, right? He didn't get permission from Congress.
But what war did we get permission from? Did Obama get permission from Congress when he bombed in Libya? No.
No.
When was the last time we got permission from Congress to go to war?
Hang on, sir. That's a fair argument, what you're saying. But now we're talking about the sand niggers and these goddamn drones that only cost 20 bands. So, pardon me if I'm concerned. Anybody can go buy a goddamn drone now. Yes, no?
Yeah, correct. But long time they're hurting themselves because they're going to mess themselves. If the strait keeps on being closed, they're hurting themselves because even China gets like natural gas from Qatar. So at the end of the run, they can't keep this up themselves because they're just going to hurt themselves.
You're right.
And so, can I respond to the haters, the Irish one?
Oh, Rory?
The Irish caller, yeah.
Well, he's not on the line.
He says Israel has to.
He's not on the line, so where do you want to go?
No, if he's listening, I'm going to teach him a lesson. So he says Israel has to put boots on the ground. Israel jets are flying over Iran as we speak. This is not something that's easy. It's like thousands of miles away. There's hundreds of Israeli jets here. They're risking their lives right now flying over Iran. They're not even talking about the oil. They're doing their mission, getting into their ballistic missiles and the nuke problem. Yeah. And if they need to be on the ground to get with the nuke material out, they'll do it. They're not scared. They've been in Gaza on the ground, in Syria on the ground. Trust me, if they need to be on the ground, they'll be there. And he also mentioned...
Are you yourself Israeli, sir? Who am I speaking to? You Israeli?
I have family there.
Okay.
And he also mentioned that Israel was not helping U.S. when we went in Iraq and Afghanistan, but U.S. wanted it that way because they were building a coalition with, a lot of Arab countries, so they didn't want like Israel involved in the coalition. Okay. That's why Israel was not involved in those conflicts. It's because the U.S. requested that they stay out, that they,
Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah.
No, I was listening to you. So you never lived in Israel?
Well, I have family there. I'm there a lot, but I never lived there for a long time.
You never lived there?
No.
No. The military is still mandatory when you come out of high school, yes? How does that work? I forget.
Correct. 18 boys, I think, now do 3 years. Girls do 2 years.
Okay. So you're getting ready to defend Judaism, and the rest of the world is just filthy goyim.
Of course.
According to the Torah and the Talmud, especially the Talmud. The life of a goyim is not worth saving. Even if they're dying, let them die, right?
No, you're taking it out of context. Goyim is not a negative word.
Okay, so never mind the word goyim. In the Talmud, the life of a non-Jew is not worth saving. I forget the passage, but if a non-Jew is dying, his or her life is not even worth saving, right?
False. It's taken out of context. It's mistranslations. The Talmud is like 70 textbooks. It's like reading.
Sir, I've had that read to me on multiple occasions. Are you really going to say that's not in the Talmud?
No, I could give you all the verses. No, yeah, I could switch it. Sometimes people give different points of views. It's people going back and forth. It's not like religious law. It's like debate. It's like different rabbis debating each other. It doesn't really mean anything.
Okay, well, listen, I'm going to the old, what would be considered the Old Testament. The Old Talmuds most certainly did speak about the life of a non-Jew is not worth saving. But hold on a second. You called his name. He's right there. You want to talk to Rory? He's on the line.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Let's do one at a time. Okay. Rory, are you there? Area code 347.
Yeah.
Okay, you have.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you have someone
Yeah,
who called in. He wants to speak to you. Let's do one at a time. Rory, you go first. He called you out.
Yeah, what I'm saying. I mean, this guy gave a lame excuse for why there was no truth. He said that America requested that they weren't there. How have you ever in your life you get into a fight with a whole group of people and your best friend, your biggest ally, you request, but you're going to ask other people who are not your greatest ally, just associates, to come help you, and everybody comes around to the table and says, "Yeah, we're going to rock with you," but the Jews don't. But the Jews don't. You have never put troops on the ground anywhere. You have never sacrificed like that. When you won that 6-day war, that was all by American airplanes. All of those airplanes and all of that technology and all of that money was given to you by America. None of that was generated or built by your country. None of that. So you owe boots on the ground for the next 300 years. Any war that comes up in the Middle East, the Jews have to have. I'm so sick of these people. I can't tell you. Oh my God. America has nothing to do with Israel. America has nothing to. We are a Christian country. In your religion, you call us goats and sheep and goyim. That's what you call us. You refer to us as non-essential people. You're better than us. You are using us. We know you are using. You're using us. You're using us. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let him speak, right? Let him speak. Go ahead.
Patty, let me give you a history lesson, okay? When Israel was created, you can look this up. You don't have to believe me. There was an arms embargo.
I know
Israel.
history, so go ahead.
Okay,
You're not
so
giving me a lesson.
Listen when I speak. Okay, listen. There was an arms embargo on Israel. You know what that means? They didn't give any weapons to Israel. In the 6-day war, they were flying French planes, not U.S. planes. You understand that? U.S. only started giving weapons in the 70s to Israel. You can look this up. Don't believe me. So 6-day war was won with French planes and Israeli tanks. Do you understand that? So you're saying
no boots on the ground. No boots on the ground.
No U.S. boots. Tell me which U.S. boots were on the ground.
No Israeli boots on the ground. No Israeli lives on the ground.
Exactly. Fighting.
Yep. Exactly.
And what planes were there? And what?
All right, Rory, let him speak. All right, listen, sir. Just go ahead and talk as opposed to saying Google this, yada, yada. Just talk. He's there. He spoke his piece. Now you speak.
I get, but I got you. But I'm explaining what happened. He's saying false things. It was French planes. Let me tell you why the Irish are jealous. I'll tell you why they're jealous.
Tell us.
Because Irish wish they had a nation like Israel. Why? Today in Ireland, the population is still not bigger when they had the potato famine. It's still going down. So all those years until potato famine, they still didn't rebuild the country. They don't even speak Irish in their own country, like only 40%. This is how much the British bend them over, that they can't even speak their own language in their own nation. And the nation of Ireland is still occupied by the UK, the top, right? The top. Britain still has that piece. So Israel is the opposite. Israel speaks Hebrew, their own language. There's no occupation of Israel. So Israel accomplished what the Irish can't. This is why they have the jealousy and the hatred. I'm finished. You could respond.
Well, hang on. I'll bring him back in. And I did find the passage with regards to the Talmud saying that non-Jews' lives should not be safe. But I'll let you finish talking to Rory. Rory, there you go. It's your time.
Yeah.
Turn to talk.
Yeah. We've never stepped in like cockroaches to other crevices of the world and other people's. There's a reason the Germans would rule the world if it wasn't for you. The Germans would rule the world. There's a reason that they went buck wild and lost their mind and threw y'all in the ovens. There's a reason for that. Because everywhere in the history of the world, everywhere you went, outside of your own land, everybody hated you. Everybody hated you. You are cockroaches. The Irish, don't you ever compare yourself to the Irish. The Irish never ever interfered with anybody in the history of the whole world. We were quite complacent. We were quite complacent in our own land. We never asked to leave our own land. We never ever persecuted anybody else. We never did any trickery on anybody else. We had to leave because of a superior ideology, an Aryan ideology. The Jews are the curse of the world. You're scared to die. Your people are scared. My people ain't scared to die. Well, you're scared to die because you don't know if you're going to heaven. You know why? You forego the prophet, and you know that. That's why you're all hypochondriacs. That's why you always run to the doctor. That's why you could be 95 years old with a triple bypass surgery and you still scared to die because you know there's a chance that you are going to hell. You know that, and I know that. You know I know my history. You know I know what kind of blood suckers you are. You have done nothing. You have
White boy Rory cooking. Do I let him keep cooking troll babies?
Agony and pain and deceitfulness to every nation you have ever been in. You need that little bit of land over there in Israel. You need that little bit of land. You are going to be judged.
Well, let him land his plane, sir. Stay there.
But you are going to be judged, homie. You are going to be judged. You are the blood suckers of the world. Kanye West is the nigga. For real. Kanye West, one of them niggas, for real.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this world. All
right, Rory, let this man respond. Hold on a second. Okay, sir, you have the floor. And again, I did find the passage from the old Talmud, but you're saying something different. But go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is Talmud is like arguments. You know, there could be negative one. It's people going back and forth. So it could be taken out of context or mistranslated. Like,
no, sir, I know the Talmud. I ain't taking nothing out of context.
It's a lot to read, Star.
I'm 61, sir. But go ahead, finish your conversation with Rory. I just want to let you know.
So again, he's talking about people are scared to die. Ireland is still occupied by the UK and they're scared to do anything. So who's scared to die? Their land is still occupied. They can't do nothing. And again, during World War II, Ireland was neutral. They were scared to fight. They're always scared to fight. And I want to ask them one thing. What does Ireland contribute to society? Nothing. That's it.
You're done? Okay, well, hold on a second. You called his name out. Now, do we let him land his plane, or are you guys good? Rory, he didn't have a lot.
Okay. So historic facts, we were never neutral. We sided with Germany against your Jew ass. You know, if you want to read about Roger Casement, if you want to read about Sir Roger Casement, German.
All right, sir, you said you were done, so please stop interrupting. Let Rory speak. You said you were done.
Yeah. We started with we proudly and unapologetically started with Germany in World War II. And Germans sent to our coastline to Sir Roger Casement reinforcements and artillery to fight the British Empire. We have never stayed neutral in anything except for when you bring a fight to our land. That's if you don't beef with us, we ain't beefing with you. But you want to bring something up, which the Jews always do.
All right. Well, listen, Rory. He called your name. You responded. I gotta get back to my show. The
Jews didn't build America.
Okay. So I gotta get back to my show. We good?
Can I say one last point?
No. You addressed him. You didn't have much to say.
Okay.
He responded. I gotta go. I gotta go. Thank you.
All right. Have a good.
I appreciate the call. Area code 646. Are you there? Good evening. Please watch the language.
Hey, good evening, Star.
How are you, sir?
I will. This is Paul.
Paul. Did we speak earlier? But that's different, Paul.
Yeah. No, that's me. I mentioned Tony, Orlando, and Dawn.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Whoa. You've got to be from my generation to even know who they were. Come on, man. That was crazy.
I am.
Okay.
That was the FBA Puerto Rican collab that I remember.
But one of those girls was Afro-Latina. I don't think she was foundational Black American, if I remember correctly, right?
I'll have to Google. I know one of them was the aunt from Family Matters.
I forget. Go ahead.
Houston. Yeah, good times. Hey, I just passed that Israeli guy who left in the hallway coming in here. He tried to pressure me to sign a lease. Star. They're crazy out here. I'm Bronx Irish, actually, and I know a lot of Israelis. Irish people are not jealous of Israelis. We don't want to be Israelis because people like us and because we have a common touch. And second, the part about we're scared, they even call it the Fighting Irish. I know Israeli people. If it was go time and the doors bust in, the Israelis would be hiding under the table while we Irish protected the women and children.
Whoa,
speaking in general, But I want to weigh in on a couple of other issues. Like first, Netanyahu.
Well, hang on a second, because you see, I've got OCD, and when you say something, I want to check. You said Thelma Houston, the singer, was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
No, the Urkel Show, Family Matters.
Singer Thelma Houston.
I think her first name is Thelma, but she was in Dawn with Tony Orlando and Dawn. She ended up on Family Matters TV show as the aunt.
Okay. I didn't know that. But you were saying, go ahead.
So about Netanyahu and the AI, these AIs look more realistic all the time. Like I could pick them out as fake, even 6 months ago. I got fooled with a Neil deGrasse one the other day. But I want to point out a precedent in history. In 1940, before there was television and people used to get their news in the movie theater, they stay all day, watch Tom and Jerry, news of the world. Someone took a clip of Adolf Hitler getting out of his car or something, and he took a little bad step. So they took that little clip of film and they played it forward and backward and forward and backward, and they created a propaganda, and the headline was like Hitler dances a jig on the graves of the American soldiers type of thing. So that was like a version of like a deep fake back then. So I wouldn't rule that out personally. Interesting. But about the war in general.
Yeah, with regards to Netanyahu, I mean, listen, I have no proof, but it just, it just seems like, that if he did, get hit by some type of drones or missiles, they would acknowledge it. Anyway, this would not be the time to acknowledge that. Go ahead.
They're not looking to show the weakness now, sure. That's the part that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, we can only, he's a homicidal maniac. But about America in the wars, like I remember Trump saying in a campaign, I don't like electric cars. And I was like, why doesn't he like electric cars? And the one woman said, just like Vietnam. When we went to Vietnam for heroin, and Trump, he going to Venezuela the other day. Now he's in the Middle East. So, and he doesn't like electric cars. Okay. But what I really think about that is, this guy wants to distract from these Epstein talks so much. 2 or 3 weeks ago in February, he said, I think I'm going to release the UFO files, the secret Did you hear him say that? And I'm thinking to myself, my God, this guy would rather release the UFO files to stop them talking about this Epstein. This thing's so deep, the sun won't rise tomorrow if it comes out. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Hey,
well, hang on a second, because again, I have OCD. So when you say something, I like to just, make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. With regards to Tony Orlando and Dawn, it wasn't Thelma Houston.
Yeah.
It was Telma, Telma Hopkins. Telma
Hopkins. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
cool.
What I see here, hold on a second. What I see here, she may have been on that show, Give Me a Break, with she was on
Nell Carter.
Yeah, she was on that show with Nell Carter, but not Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Good to talk to you.
Good. You don't have OCD. You're just very smart. Salute.
Oh, thank you, man. Take care. Thank you. Okay.